Colorado pork green chili. Key ingredients: pork shoulder roast. Pork shoulder is a flavorful cut that tenderizes well when it is cooked slowly. Select the small boneless pork but roast that is trimmed of excess fat. You can also use pork loin or pork chops. Green chilies. Use canned green chilies. If you want to keep this recipe to be easy, the flavor of the chili is still delicious, but for even more flavor, you can roast 1.5 pounds of chilies following the chili roasting steps in this guide. Jalapeno pepper. Jalapenos add some heat and flavor. Look for peppers that are firm with a bright green color. Serrano peppers can also be used. Diced tomatoes. This adds sweetness and a little acidity to balance the dish. I like the size of petite diced tomatoes, but regular diced tomatoes will also work fine. Sometimes we use fire-roasted tomatoes for a little smokier flavor. Chicken broth. Use low-sodium broth if it is available. If you cannot find low-sodium broth, then leave out the salt at the beginning of this recipe and just add it to taste before serving. Vegetable broth or water can also be used. Instructions. Step 1. Brown pork cubes. Place the diced pork in a stock pot or large Dutch oven over medium-high heat. Stir frequently and cook until the pork pieces are brown on all sides. This will take about 10 minutes. Transfer the brown pork to a plate. Step 2. Cook onions and jalapenos. You'll need about 2 tablespoons of fat in the pan. Discard any excess fat. If your pork was lean and did not render enough fat, use olive oil to bring the total amount to 2 tablespoons. Sauté the onions and jalapeno peppers over medium heat, stirring frequently. Step 3. Add flour. Add the garlic and cilantro, along with the flour, to build a roux. Stir continuously until the flour starts to brown and there is no excess moisture remaining. Step 4. Simmer. Add the pork back to the pan, along with the green chili peppers, diced tomatoes, spices, and chicken broth. As the broth begins to simmer, scrape the bottom of the pot to get up all of the flavorful bits. Place a lid on the pot and simmer for 45 minutes or until the pork is tender. Remove the lid and simmer for an additional 15 minutes to burn off some of the liquid if you would like a thicker stew. Make a slurry by mixing 2 tablespoons of masa harina with 1/4 cup of chili broth. Stir into the chili and simmer for an additional 5 minutes.